Don't follow trends, follow your heart.
Hi there and welcome to this week's astrological forecast. My voice is still not okay, but I am making this report from the 6th till the 13th of January 2020 now. Hope you had a great new year. This is a very special week. We have three major things going on this week. Something that most astrologers have been waiting for not waiting for, but anticipating with a certain kind of respect for many years. We have Uranus turning to go forward again in Taurus. We have lunar eclipse. We have on the 10th Uranus, on the 11th, on the 12th we have the major conjunction. So I'm Maria Hjelmborg, your astrologer. Welcome to the report. I'm here in Vassane, middle heart of Denmark. So first this week we will go into the collective report, and then we will look at the planetary positions and a little bit for the nerds. We will then go into all 12 signs in accordance to what's going on, the big aspect this week in your specific sign, ascendant or rising. Welcome to the extended New Year's and grand change version of the weekly astrology. I just want to remind you about the time difference. You have to find out what you have to withdraw or add according to the time that I mentioned, because I will be mentioning Danish time. For example, if you live in Japan, you have to add 7 hours to the timings. I say, if you live in Mexico City, you'll withdraw 7 hours. Okay. So welcome to one of the most special weeks or remarkable weeks for a long time in the history of astrology. The report will be some minutes longer today because it's a special week astrologically. And whoa, how much is going on this week? Where are you in your life? What change is remarkable for you? Do you dare to trust the process? I would rather say. The change will only be hard for those who are resistant, they say. There'll be plenty of gifts for those who dare and are willing to open towards why the change is happening, because there's always a really good reason. Reality outside of you is reflecting your inside, so that's why it's all about really taking responsibility for things now and be patient about the process. The world after this week will look completely different than we know it today. Maybe not completely, but somewhat different. This change will happen over time, but something can happen this week that will really underline this change of our society on a worldwide level forever. We start with Monday the 6th of January. Saturn Pluto. We have been able to feel the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, the 12th, already since last week, and especially from today it will be more and more clear or evident, especially around lunchtime. And the theme it's treating for you, I will touch more upon at the end of the report. So find your sign at the end of the report in the second part and listen to the theme for your star sign or ascendant. 2 layers of the same cake, also known as your life schedule, time schedule. Tuesday the 7th of January. Now a lot of more talking and blabbering will be going on. People are more talkative today, but at the same time, there'll be a certain kind of sensitivity and a looking inward more. So the dialogues will be more on the level of the more fantasy, spiritual or dreaming levels, but probably only for those who understand that inner world that you're talking about. For the special initiates, we could also say. Wednesday the 8th of January, my astro uncle's birthday. Congratulations. super good day to connect your dreams and reality, fantasy with the manifestable, and understand how you can do this. Intuition and rational thinking will go hand in hand today. When you gotta get an intuitional glimpse, will you on a day like today be very good at deciphering what's real and what's not. Thursday the 9th of January. Today it's all about feeling safe, so you'll rather stay at home probably than throw yourself into some unpredictable situations that can most likely there will happen something unexpected around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it will probably be of the pleasant kind. Friday the 10th of January. Happy full moon. This is a lunar eclipse, a partial one. It's about the contrast ratio in your life right now. The polarized thinking inside of your head, maybe between your home and your work, that contrast maybe between you and your relationships. This is a way now to reset and like this clean the emotional baggage you have been carrying around for the last 6 months. It's a possibility, an opportunity to start over within the field. You can hear more about in the sign, your sign in the second part of the report, starting over in this area. It's all about communication, but it's more hard, cold and direct. It's super intense and authoritarian. If you're sensitive, then take yourself towards harsh comments and bullies, and if you're strong, then support and help your sisters and brothers surrounding you. Because it's an eclipse, it means that there's a full moon, but it's more strong than usual. It can also be about loneliness, boredom, melancholy, pessimism. Try to remember that the sun always rises again each day, even though it's cold now, so you don't let yourself fall into a whole psychological aside. Your feelings can swing out into the outer poles right now, and there's a potential for drama in your relationship, of drama in your relationships, jealousy, and also striding between parents, etc. So see if you can ground yourself and take responsibility for your own feelings before you involve other people in them. There is a hope on this day too. Focus upon that. Saturday the 11th of January. We are feeling suppressed desires, wishes and wants when we wake up, suddenly awaken again. And at some level in our lives, we will, for a long period from now on, feel that certain of these wishes and desires will be tried to be manifested. We will try to manifest them physically, and that with certain epiphanies around how that can be done. Important changes that we've been holding back will now really evidently seek their redemption. This can be concerning your finances or your need for freedom, also within certain areas of your life, where you have been felt like something or someone has been holding back who you are, what you wanted, so you didn't feel free enough to be you, to do you. Plus the aspect from tomorrow is felt even stronger today, and it can feel heavy and hard until noon, where it's going to be after lunchtime a little easier and the optimism will rise. So try to meditate before noon if possible. After lunch you might be feeling relieved and in a more playful mood. Donald Trump is born with today's planet Uranus that's changing direction and give more oomph to suppressed ideas within these Uranus people. Is born with 5 degrees from his sun in his first house, and therefore a very remarkable planet for him. So maybe he'll be more able to act from today. So let's hope he holds his horses, so to speak. Sunday the 12th. So now is the day. You can hear more about for you in section 2. To have Earth connection, be patient and realistic right now is not an option. It's a demand from the universe. Certain practical things has to be fixed, and there's a lot of talk about these things. People in power and leaders are in sharp focus, so if you turn on the news, if you have a television, which I don't, and notice what happens, then you will see control and power. And these might be important steps, hopefully, probably, in the transformation of the cornerstones of society and the structure of society as we know them today. So let's contribute to this positive change, or to a positive change, exactly by being positive in our own life. Joy is contagious, and it works. Planets of the week. So we have this grand stellium in Capricorn, as you can see, lining up. We'll hear more about that in the second section. Mars in Sagittarius. And you see Pluto Saturn Mercury in the Sun up there in Capricorn. And we also have the South Node up there, and North Node in Cancer, of course. The Moon goes from nice Taurus through Gemini into Cancer, where it all goes on. And finally goes into Leo. The magnets keep going together. For the nerds, Monday the 6th of January, 1 hour around midday, Moon is in trine with first Saturn and then Pluto. That's around lunchtime, I mean. Tuesday the 7th of January, the Moon is going into the sign of Gemini. The Sun is in sextile to Neptune. Wednesday the 8th of January, Mercury is sextiling Neptune. Thursday the 9th of January, the Moon is going into Cancer, where she is at home. Friday the 10th of January, a full moon, partial moon, lunar eclipse in 20 degrees of Cancer. Mercury Sun conjunction and a sextile to Neptune. Saturday the 11th of January, Uranus goes direct. The Moon is in opposition to the grand aspect tomorrow. And Sunday the 12th of January, between 11 and 6 o'clock p.m. 11 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. First, Mercury is going to conjunct Saturn, and then Pluto, and then Pluto conjunct Saturn, and last but not least, the Pluto and Saturn conjunction. 6 p.m. General info. We are going from the time or the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. That means that, between other things, that we'll be better at seeing things clearly, like how is it all connected here in this life, and it's gonna make it, it's making it even harder to get so much realism thrown in your face, together with all that's going on in the sign of Capricorn right now, where patience and responsibility are some of the main themes. So the epoch, the time during more than 2,000 years we've been in the age of Pisces, we were living more in a dream world in certain areas with illusionary tendencies, which we are now creating clarity around and about. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction for each and every sign, and it's on Sunday, but it's active all week. For the Aries, what is your life purpose? Yet another time you will look at this theme in a very strong way, and now you can really move towards it. Ambition, career, etc. is walking hand in hand with this thing, the life purpose you have. You have since 2008 been having a great transformational process with this, and you have been you're really far into this process. So now, are you ready to take the next big steps, Aries? Taurus, in this time it's all about a change in regards to your life philosophy. What are you believing in? something inside or from the inside or from outside has been giving you a changed experience of your faith, what you believe in. Maybe you've been forced to change your more fixed approach to life through this change. And even though it can feel unsafe, then know that this will not only most likely, but almost guaranteed lead you towards something bigger and better in a spiritual level if you stay open. Since 2008, you've been in this strong developing process through expanding your horizon in a new way. Gemini. For you guys, it's in the house. It's all about death and rebirth, not the physical death directly. It can be in a few cases, but more like in that something is ending for good and something new has to start. It's about the inner and outer transformation on the deepest level, about really feeling yourself and what it is that you want for yourself in this life at the deepest level and don't want. It's all about it's also about your resources and your shared resources. It's about promoting yourself and express what your life purpose is, what you want for yourself privately and work-wise, your ambitions, all things that's been developing in your life since 2008. Cancer, it's all about you and your relationship to others. And over the last many years, maybe all the way back from 2008, you have been feeling that many relationships had to end completely and new ones came into your life with hard and big lessons going along with it. And it's hard to lose relationships, but it's much easier if you have understood what they did in your life, what they were supposed to give you. So try to be joyful about the things that you've learned and try to see through the meaning of their entering into your life and look at the good connections that are in your life right now. So try to work with letting go of the fear of losing relationships, for example, and instead, or people. And instead, try to feel joyful over the lovely people that are giving you new experiences and lessons all the time. Leo, this is about your health and the daily doings, daily chore, your job on the daily, everyday life level, and about how you can change these things to gain as much advantage for yourself as possible, and how you can make your everyday life run smoothly so that you can be joyful over the things that is happening and knowing that you are good towards your body at the same time as you have a lot of energy and extra energy despite all the tasks that you have. That's probably many, and you're also changing some patterns and habits that you have, and that's super good. So be sure that your lifestyle is healthy and seek help if you feel unsure of what this means. Since 2008, all this has been developing for you, and it's in a culmination process right now. Virgo, such a nice placement for the Virgo sign and rising. It's all about being in the lamplight, or daring to step forward and express your creative your creative potential directly from the heart. Show what you have inside your heart and light the room up like a little sun with all you have to give. It's not the Danish law where you have to, you cannot think that you are something special we're talking about here, because you have to believe that you are something completely special and share it with the rest of us. So if you have any big ambitions in these fields, and this can be many ways. Creativity has many different expressions. So then allow yourself to dream and act upon it. Something unexpectedly big and positive can happen. A breakthrough is something you've had going on ever since 2008. It's a process, culmination time now. So if you're in love, then allow yourself to go all in. Libra, well, for you it's all about your roots, your old image of how a family is and must look like, and how the roles are distributed at this time is changing. There's no doubt that it cannot work as it has been working until now. Over the upcoming time, there will be a new family dynamic and constellation, and your role in it will probably change. This process was started in 2008. Scorpio, it's all about a change in how you think and how you communicate with others. There are conversations you've been afraid of having, big decisions where you fear to take the wrong decision. Now is the time where you have to dare this and overcome your fear. Actually, I'm a Scorpio rising, so take responsibility now, and don't put this responsibility aside by making others taking it for you. Trust me, it's a good idea that you don't do this, and just, anyways, you know what it is, and you will see that if you start by taking the first step towards creating this future and change that's waiting upon you, it will all be coming to you along the way. I know that the decision can feel like it has a high price, but it will pay off in the long run. You've been undergoing this development, being in this process since 2008. Sagittarius, for you it's all about self-worth, about financial worth, and about that you are now starting to add these two things a new meaning, have a new meaning for these two things. The change has been going on since 2008 in little by little tempo. All sorts of values is what I mean to say has been undergoing this transformation. You've never been someone who just spent your money like crazy, but maybe this is about a new way for you to take care of the things that has value for you, spiritually as physically. Also in regards to money, these new sets of values has to nice and quietly be manifested in your life in a practical manner. Capricorn, of all signs since 2008, you have been under the greatest transformational process in your life, without comparison. New personality traits and ways to be has been developing for you, and that's been putting you in a lot of tests, but you have been patient and taken responsibility, and now it feels like the grand test is on its highest level. So especially for you guys who have your birthday around these days. But this shall pass too, and you will be getting out on the other side soon enough as a more whole, almost maybe totally changed person if you compare it to 2008. The Capricorns that are born after the 8th of January still has a great transformation that will run over the next year. The late Capricorns over the next year, but the late Capricorns over the next couple of years. Greatest transformation for you all is the one that's going on right now. Aquarius. It's as if life since 2008 has been putting you on more and more personal retreats, quote-unquote personal retreats, where you have chosen to be alone, or life has been making sure that you have been more cut away from the very social life than usual by for different reasons. During this self-searching period, you have been having to drop many ideas about how reality is, and maybe even relationships that disappeared, or you had to choose them to stop or end. Simply because your higher self life, or however you wish to view it, has been creating new roads or ways for you. After this conjunction, you'll be much more aware of which way you have to go, and then it's just all about moving ahead in an appropriate tempo for you. Pisces, there's been a big cleanup in your friendship circles and the circles and groups you move around in general. Associations can also be something that's on the plate right now in your life. These fields for you are really important, and it has to be with people that are just as serious and dedicated as you are. There's been great changes within these areas of your life, and you probably had a shock or two over the changes that has been pulling you out of the reality as you know it, and that's why it's really important for you now that you, before you involve yourself or dedicate yourself to a new or even an old group in a new way, that you know that this will be with the reliable people that are just as seriously into it as you are. After the conjunction, you will guarantee, always make sure of this, and that's why this part of your life only will consist of the right and most important people for you. Don't follow trends, follow your heart.
There is this angel saying, I'm gonna find my way back home. The secret